Good morning, student. Today 12th chemistry class. 12th chemistry class. So for solution lesson, so far we are discussing about solution, type of solutions, and Raoult law, Henry law. We are discussing about previous class. So far we are discussing about types of solution, vapor pressure of the solution, and last Raoult law and Henry law. Today topic is vapor pressure of liquid solution. Vapor pressure of liquid solution. Do you know liquid solution means? What is the meaning of liquid solution? One's compulsory solvent is a liquid, solute may be liquid solution, solute may be solid or liquid or gas. Gas solution already discussed about Henry laws. Okay. Now this student topic is a solid solution. That is a liquid solution. Liquid in liquid. This is a solvent. This is what? Solvent. Solvent, solute. That is a liquid solution. This is a liquid solution. That is liquid dissolved in liquid. That is a solute of liquid dissolved in solvent of liquid. Second one, solid dissolved in liquid. Already discussed about previous class we are discussing. Now we are also discussing. This is a two liquid solution. Now we are discussing about liquid in liquid solution. Second one is solid in liquid solution. These two solutions now we are discussing about. First one, liquid solution. Here liquid solution. Here solvent is a solute and solvent is a liquid. Solute is a liquid. Solid is a liquid and solvent is a liquid. That is a solute and solvent is a liquid. That is a solute and solvent is a liquid. That is a liquid dissolved liquid dissolving liquid. Say example, ethanol dissolving water. Ethanol dissolving water. Ethanol dissolving water is a great example. So here solute and solvent on the two component is a volatile nature. Solute is a volatile nature. Solvent also is a volatile nature. Volatile nature means, what is the meaning of volatile nature? Easily evaporated. That is easily evaporated. That is solute is a liquid is in a volatile nature. That is easily evaporated nature. Say example, ethanol. Ethanol is a dissolving water. This is a solvent. Water. Now it dissolve ethanol. C2H5OH. This is a solute. This solute is a liquid. Ethanol is a liquid. What is the nature? It is a volatile nature. It is a volatile nature. Now solvent is a liquid. Here what is a solvent? Water is a solvent. Water is a solvent. That is a liquid. This is also volatile nature. This is also volatile. So solute and solvent is a liquid. This is a volatile nature. This is a volatile nature. Now you see, you take one vessels filled with one is a solute and solvent. That is solvent. Here we take example: water, solvent, ethanol. Solvent dissolved in water, solute. That is a solute dissolved in solvent. That is a component 1. Solute is a component 1 and solvent is a component 2. Okay, what happens when it's kept in air? This solvent and solute is evaporated. Because both solute and solvent is a volatile nature, it is evaporated. Evaporated from the solution side. So we form vapor pressure. Vapor pressure of both components. In this vapor pressure containing water plus ethanol. Water plus ethanol. Water plus ethanol. That is a vapor pressure of both components. Solute is yes. Ethanol and solvent is water. This is evaporated to form vapor pressure created. This vapor pressure containing both solute and solvent, because solute and solvent is a volatile. Volatile is easily evaporated. Okay. Now this is the total pressure. This is a total pressure. That is the vapor pressure of both components. Now each component a partial pressure. Here two components. What's the component? Two component. That is water and ethanol. In this vapor pressure containing water and ethanol. Now, this is a partial pressure of water and ethanol. Both, that is vapor pressure containing both the component, one is water and ethanol. This is water created pressure is known as partial pressure of water, and ethanol created pressure is known as partial pressure of ethanol. That is partial vapor pressure of the component of the solution depend on mole fraction of the corresponding component. Depend on mole fraction of corresponding component. That is mole fraction means here this is a partial pressure. That is water, mole fraction of water, mole fraction of ethanol. So this partial pressure depend on mole fraction each component. That is partial pressure of the component of the solution. Each component of the solution depends on mole fraction of the corresponding component. So this mole fraction of ethanol depends on, there is a partial pressure of ethanol depends on mole fraction of ethanol. Partial pressure of water depends on mole fraction of water. Now mole fraction increasing, what happened? Vapor pressure increasing. So here Raoult law, that is partial pressure directly proportional to the mole fraction. Both component would evaporate. So this component 1 and 2, that is what component ethanol and solvent water. Component would evaporate evenly and equilibrium would establish. So this component is evaporated by air or sunlight, particularly sunlight evaporated. This both the component is evaporated and equilibrium would establish between vapor pressure and liquid phase. Then what happens? Now condensed liquid is formed. First evaporation takes place. First both component evaporation takes place. Then maximum pressure is created. Maximum amount of ethanol and water evaporated. Here vapor pressure is maximum. Then what happens? Is a condensation takes place. This gas phase, vapor phase, is condensed into liquid phase. One particular stage, the vapor pressure of the both component and liquid in gas phase and liquid phase is equilibrium. Both component evaporate evenly and equilibrium. What equilibrium takes place? Would establish between vapor phase and the liquid phase. The liquid phase to escaping liquid phase to vapor phase, and vapor phase condenses to liquid phase. So this one cycle is formation, where liquid to vapor, vapor to liquid, liquid to vapor, and vapor to liquid. And one particular condition, both liquid and vapor, liquid and vapor phase, between vapor phase and equilibrium is obtained. Liquid and vapor phase. Okay, now this is a done. Liquid solution. Next, Raoult law as for liquid solution. Already we discussed about previous class. We learned about Raoult law. For a solution of volatile liquids, then what are the liquid? Solute and solvent. Solution of volatile liquids. The partial pressure of the each component. Partial pressure of the each component of the solution is directly proportional to the mole fraction. Directly proportional to the mole fraction. So what is a solute? Mole fraction, that is partial pressure P1. Solute partial pressure P1, because component 1 is ethanol, directly proportional to the mole fraction of the component 1. Mole fraction of the component 1. Now this P1 directly proportional into equal to is converted into equation form. Here P10 vapor pressure of pure component. Vapor pressure of pure component. What is this vapor pressure? Now here what is the component 1 is solute, that is ethanol. You take a beaker, only you take a ethanol. You take a only ethanol only. Okay, what happened? This pressure created the evaporation. This pressure pure component. That is a P10 is equal to vapor pressure of pure component. This is a solute. Now solvent. Next is solvent. That is P2. Solvent. P2 what is that? P2 directly proportional to the mole fraction of solvent water. Mole fraction, that is xy. That is xy. Now P2 is equal to P2 dash xy. This is a solvent. Solvent to partial pressure. This is a solute partial pressure. This is a solute partial pressure. That is a solute partial pressure. This is a solute partial pressure. Now next, Dalton law. Already studied in 11th standard. States of matter lesson. Dalton law. Dalton law already studied in 11th standard. Dalton law already studied in the last year. Total pressure of the mixture of gases. Total pressure of mixture of gases occupying a given volume of volume is equal to the sum of the partial pressure of the each component. The sum of the partial pressure of each gas. Sum of the partial pressure of each gases. This is the Dalton law. Very simple. The same component mixture you take, that is solute plus solvent. Solute 1, solvent 2. It is vaporized. The total pressure is equal to partial pressure of sum of the partial pressure of solute. That is solute pressure plus solvent pressure. Solute pressure what? P1 plus solvent pressure plus solvent pressure. The total pressure, that is the Dalton law. Total pressure of mixture of gases. Here two gases. One is a solvent plus one is a solute plus another is a solvent. Total pressure of mixture of gases occupying given volume of is equal to sum of the partial pressure. Each component a partial. Here two component. One is solute and solvent. Solute partial pressure and solvent partial pressure. Solvent partial pressure. So P total is equal to P total is equal to partial pressure of component 1, that is a solute, plus partial pressure of solvent. P total is equal to partial pressure of solute and solvent. You know, P1 already you know. What is this P1? P1 dash xy1. P2 dash xy2. This is the total pressure. Total pressure of the gas is equal to partial pressure of each component. This is a component 1 and component 1. You know already know component 1. That is a solute. Partial pressure is equal to P1 dash x1. P1 dash is a pure component vapor pressure. X1 is the mole fraction of component 1. P2 is a vapor pressure, partial vapor pressure of component 2, x2 is a mole fraction of component 1. Okay, you know already, all the mole fraction is added is equal to sum of the mole fraction is equal to 1. Previous year study and previous class also concentration of solution. This time I will explain. That is mole fraction, all the mole fraction is sum of the all mole fraction of the equal to 1. So we want x1. We want x1. x1 or x2. x1 is equal to 1 minus x2. Psi 1. Psi 1 is equal to 1 minus x2. Psi 2. Now you substitute. Alright. This x1 substituted here. What is the value? 1 minus psi 2 plus p2 plus psi 2. Okay. Then p1 dash minus p1 dash psi 2 plus p2 dash psi 2. Okay. Now in this common what? Psi 2 is a common. Psi 2 is a common. So p1 dash minus psi 2 p1 dash plus minus p2 dash. Okay, p1 dash minus p2 dash. Then p1 dash minus psi 2 is common here. p1 dash p2 dash. Okay, then next p total is equal to p1 dash. Here I will put a positive sign. Psi 2 p2 minus p1. I will write reverse. This is a total vapor pressure. This is known as total vapor pressure. That is total vapor pressure of both component is equal to partial pressure of component 1 and mole fraction of component 2, difference between two component 1, component 2 and component 1. Okay, now total pressure is depending on mole fraction of any one of the component. You see, total pressure depending mole fraction any one of the component, any one of the component, not depending two components, not depending on two components. That is depending only one component mole fraction is not depending two mole fraction, only depending on one component. Okay, now it is a graphical. Graphical representation of this is very important. This is a mole fraction. This is a vapor pressure. This is a component 1. That is a solute component 1 as well. This is a component 1, mole fraction 1. That is a maximum. Here component 1 is 0. In this graph, this is also vapor pressure. So graph this side component 1 maximum, that is a mole fraction is 1. Here component 1 maximum 0. Here in this component 2 is a 0. Component 2 mole fraction is a 1. Okay, 1. Now here component 2 mole fraction. Here 0. Component 2 0. This is a component 2 mode vapor pressure. Component 2 vapor pressure. This is a pure state. That's not mixer. Not mixer. Pure component. Pure component vapor pressure. Pure component vapor pressure. That is a component 2 means as per solute. Sorry, solvent. Solvent mode vapor pressure. Pure component vapor pressure. Now, solvent 2 over solvent 1. Is 0. The graph, the reverse side, component 0, 1 is 0. Then mole fraction. This is a mole fraction of component 1. Okay, this is a vapor pressure of component 1. This is vapor pressure of component 2. Vapor pressure of component 2. Now clear? Now, so P total is equal to partial pressure of component 1, partial pressure of component 2, partial pressure of component 1, component 2. This is a total vapor pressure. This is a total vapor pressure. This line is a total vapor pressure. This line is a P total. P total, that is partial pressure of component 1, partial pressure of component 2. This is component 2. This graph component 2. This is component 1. This is component 1. This is a component. Okay. This is a component. Here, this is a component 2, vapor pressure, highest. Here, lowest to highest. This is a component. Okay. Total vapor pressure, this is P total is equal to P1 and plus P2. P total is equal to, this is a P total is equal to P1 dash plus X2, P2 dash minus P1 dash. This is a total pressure. This is a total pressure. Okay. Now, conclusion. Conclusion is that first conclusion, total vapor pressure over the solution, the total vapor pressure solution depending on one component mole fraction, not two component, only one component mole fraction depending, only one component mole fraction is depending, not two component, not x1 and x2, only one component, x2 only dependent, x2 only dependent. Okay, total pressure over the solution is equal to mole fraction of only one component depending, not two component. Second, total vapor over the solution is linearly with mole fraction. Second, total vapor pressure over the solution varies linearly with mole fraction of component 2. That is linearly variation. This is linear variation. That is also linear variation. Linear variations, because y is equal to mx form. Linear variations. That's all. Now, depending on vapor pressure of pure component, what are total vapor pressure? This is a pure component. Component 2, this is a component 1. This is a dependent. Total vapor over the solution decrease or increasing with the increase in the mole fraction of component. Okay, that's all three conclusion. Okay, three conclusion. This is a liquid solution, liquid in liquid vapor pressure. That is vapor pressure of liquid solution. That is liquid in liquid. This is the topic. Okay, next topic, solid in liquid. That is a liquid solution. The vapor pressure in a solid in a liquid. This is already studied. Previous class I taught you. Now I taught you that is solid in liquids. vapor pressure of solid in liquid. Vapor pressure of solid in liquid. Great examples. You take here one beaker. This beaker you filled with water. This is a solvent. What solvent is a water? You add solid, that is sodium chloride. That is sodium chloride. Okay. Then this is pure liquid. Only water molecule only present. Only solvent. This is a solvent only present. This is solute plus solvent. Solute what solute? NaCl plus H2O. H2O. Okay, here only solvent molecule only at surface area is the pressure. Only surface area, only water molecule only present. No other molecules, no other molecules. Only water molecule only present. So it is evaporated. So it's a vapor pressure created. That is a pure component. That is a water, only solvent. But here, number of solvent molecules is reduced by water molecules. That is a solute molecules. Here, this is a solute. Then solvent. So number of solvent molecule, that is solvent molecule decrease by adding solute. So surface area only this is a non-volatile. This is volatile. So water will evaporate. This water only evaporated. So vapor pressure is a decreasing. Vapor pressure is a decreasing. This is explained by Raoult law. This is explained by Raoult law. Already you studied Raoult. This topic already learned. Raoult law. That is partial pressure of component is a directly proportional to mole fraction of component 1. Mole fraction of component 1. Mole fraction of component 1. This is a partial pressure P1. This partial pressure P1. The pure component pressure is a P1 dash. P1 dash. Here the partial pressure. We can reduce the pressure by adding sodium chloride solute. So this is, I will write P1 is equal to P1 dash mole fraction of component 1. This is a Raoult law. This is known as Raoult's law. This is known as Raoult's law. This is a vapor pressure of solid in liquid solution. Vapor pressure of solid and liquid solution. That's all. Okay, next topic, very important. This topic already learned. Previous class taught you. Next topic is a very, very important topic, that is need based topic, that is ideal solution, non-ideal solution. That is liquid solutions. Liquid solution can be classified into two categories. Liquid solution. Can be classified into two categories. That is a binary solution. This is known as binary. Binary solution means one solvent, one solute. Binary solution means, what is the meaning of binary solution? One solute plus solvent. That is a two component is a pressure. Previously I taught you binary solution now one solute, one solvent. That is a two component is a presence. that is a liquid solution. In this solute and solvent in a liquid state. Solute and solvent is a liquid state. Solute and solvent is a liquid state, that is a liquid solution. This is a binary solution called because two component, one is a solute, another is a solvent. In this category, it is classified into two categories. One is ideal solution. One is ideal solution and another one is non-ideal solution. One is ideal solution, another one is a non-ideal solution. Non-ideal solution. First, ideal solution. Simple topic, that is ideal solution. Ideal solutions. It's a very simplest topic. That is this mixture. Solute plus solvent mixture. That is a solution. This solution is obeying Raoult law. That is ideal solution is obeys Raoult law. That is known as ideal solution. That is these solutions, solute plus solvent solution is obeying Raoult law, is known as ideal solution. Ideal solution. That is these two solutions, two components. Ideal solution, that is solute plus solvent. Solute plus solvent. So two components are identical. Identical shape, molecular size, shape, almost identical and almost identical intermolecular force. Identical intermolecular force. And in this solution, the intermolecular attraction between molecules, between the unlike molecules, A, B are the same magnitude. As the intermolecular force interaction. Between like molecules. Between like molecules. AA and BB. Okay, now you see. First, ideal solution. What is the meaning of ideal solution? It's obeying Raoult law. Ideal solution means that is a solvent, one solution. That is a binary solution. One solute plus solvent is present. This is a solute plus solvent. Solute plus solvent is obey Raoult law. That solution is known as ideal solution. Ideal solution. Here, say example, great example, N-hexane inhibitase. Ideal solution example. N-hexane plus N-heptane. N-hexane and N-heptane is an ideal solution. This is a mixing of N-hexane and N-heptane, one solid plus one solvent. Two components are identical molecular size. The size hexane and heptane is a molecular size identical. That is the same. What is same? Molecular size, shape, and almost identical intermolecular force. So size, the N-hexane and N-heptane size similar, almost similar. Shape also similar, and intermolecular force. N-hexane and N-heptane molecular force is a intermolecular force are almost intermolecular force almost same. That is this solution is known as ideal solution. That is a condition. This is a condition. Molecular size is similar, shape also similar, identical intermolecular force. This condition is satisfied by these two solutions, N-hexane and N-heptane. So this two solution is known as ideal solution. This solution is ideal solution. Okay. Now very important point. This is also main point of view. In this solution, intermolecular interaction between unlike molecule, that is means N-hexane and N-heptane. That is this is a N-hexane, this is N-heptane. This is a component A and B. You think about component A and B. Okay, intermolecular interaction between unlike molecule. This N-hexane and N-heptane. These two molecules interaction between, that is a AB interaction. This interaction, AB interaction. This interaction, AB interaction are same magnitude. Magnitude means value is similar to AA interaction. AA interaction, this molecule N-hexane interaction, that is AA. BB interaction before mixing. Okay, this interaction magnitude, that is AB magnitude interaction, different solution. This solution is a mixing to form ideal solution. The AB interaction are different, unlike molecule. Interaction values similar to AA interaction and BB interaction. Intermolecular interaction between like molecules. Here like molecule, hexane interaction. Heptane interaction is similar to hexane interaction. That is a hexane interaction and heptane interaction is a similar value or magnitude, that is equal to hexane and heptane interaction. So this is very important point. This is a neat point of view. So ideal solution, interaction between unlike molecule is similar to like molecule. Similar to like molecule is a magnitude. It is a magnitude. Okay. Now next, graphical format, ideal solution, graphical format. Graphical format of ideal solution is very important. Graphical format. Component A, that is component 1. Component A, mole fraction is 0. Here highest value. Component B, mole fraction 0. Component B, mole fraction 1. This is the x-axis, mole fraction. Okay, y-axis, vapor pressure. P means vapor pressure. Here also vapor pressure. This is spark. Graph. This is a component B, maximum. This is vapor pressure of B. Vapor pressure of B, component B. Now component A. This is a Component A, maximum is vapor pressure of A. This is total vapor pressure. Total vapor pressure. Solution. Okay, this is a component B, pure component A vapor pressure. This is a pure component A vapor pressure. Pure component A vapor pressure. Okay, this is an ideal solution graph. This is an ideal solution graph. Okay, now properties of ideal solution. Properties of ideal solution. This is very important. Properties of ideal solution. Some point is not there in textbook. Also, you please note down. Properties of ideal solution. Properties of ideal solution. First property, entropy of mixing, enthalpy of mixing. That is, what is the meaning? Enthalpy, you know, 11th standard studying enthalpy, heat changes. That is, example, you see, this is N-hexane. This is N-heptane. Ideal solution example. Now this is A and B is a mixing. This two solution is a mixing to form ideal solution. Mixing of A and B to form ideal solution. Here no heat is evolved or no heat is observed. So it's not a endothermic, it's not a exothermic. So mixing of two solutions to form ideal solution. So enthalpy of mixing, that is enthalpy of mixing, that is delta H mixing is equal to 0. That is 0 indicating it's not a endothermic, not a exothermic. So delta H mixing is a 0. Delta H mixing is a 0. So in ideal solution, enthalpy of mixing is a 0. Second, volume of mixing. Volume of mixing. That is delta V. Delta V is a mixing, MIX mixing equal to 0. What is the meaning? Okay, now you see 50 ml and 50 ml. Now it is a mixing. Two solution A and B mixing. What is the resultant solution value? 50 plus 50. What? 100 ml. 100 ml. The final value 100 ml. Initial 50 plus 50. Total 100 minus 100, that is a 0. That is a delta V mixing is a 0. So the values does not change 90 ml or 80 ml or 110 ml. Volume does not increasing or does not decreasing. Does not decreasing, does not increasing. So delta V mixing is a 0. Delta V mixing is a 0. Now third property is entropy of mixing. Entropy of mixing is not there in textbook. Entropy of mixing, delta S, is not 0. It's not 0. Entropy is disorder. It's not disorder. In this solution, A and B mixing, disorder increasing or decreasing. Entropy is disorder, natural disorder. So this two A and B is a mixing, disorder may increasing or decreasing. That is not equal to 0. It's not equal to 0. And fifth, fourth property, Gibbs energy of mixing. Gibbs energy changes. Gibbs energy change. Delta G is mixing less than 0. Less than 0. Less than 0. That is a negative value. Gibbs energy change is less than 0, negative value. These 4 properties very important. All are neat point of view. Enthalpy of mixing in ideal solution, delta H is 0. Volume of mixing, delta V mixing is 0. Entropy of mixing is equal to 0. It's not equal to 0. Gibbs energy change, delta G is less than mixing is less than 0. That is a negative value. This is a negative value. Now, example of ideal solution. So many examples is that we note down examples of ideal solution. Ideal solution example. One is N-hexane and N-heptane. N-hexane plus N-heptane. Second example, benzene and toluene. Benzene and toluene. Benzene and toluene. And third example, ethyl bromide and ethyl chloride. Ethyl bromide and ethyl chloride. And fourth, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene. Chlorobenzene, bromobenzene. Then fifth, ethylene dichloride and ethylene dibromide. Ethylene dichloride plus ethylene dibromide. Methanol plus ethanol. And seventh, tin tetrachloride plus carbon tetrachloride. So 7 example. And 8th example, benzene and cyanide. 8th, benzene and cyanide. Benzene and cyanide. So, sir, 8 example, please write down, it's very important. That is N-hexane plus N-heptane. More or less similar size, same, and intermolecular forces same. Benzene and toluene same size, same also. Ethyl bromide and ethyl chloride. Chlorobenzene, bromobenzene. Ethylene dichloride, ethylene dibromide. Methanol and ethanol. Tin tetrachloride, carbon tetrachloride. Benzene and cyanide. Benzene and cyanide. This is the 8 example of ideal solution. 8 example of ideal solution. Okay. Okay. This today topic is over. Ideal solutions is over. Next class, that is non-ideal solution. Okay. We will discuss about non-ideal solution next class, and difference between ideal and non-ideal solution, comparison between ideal and non-ideal solution. Then next colligative properties, the 4 properties there. Then azeotropic mixture. So remaining 4 or 5 topics remaining is there. So you learn about this today topics, vapor pressure of liquid solution and ideal solution we are discussing about. Next class, non-ideal solution, comparison between ideal and non-ideal solution, colligative property we will discuss about. Okay, thank you.